Hey friends, Kat here. I hope you're doing really well. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to move rapidly from winging it in your presentations to mastery in your presentations. So if you want to help more people and make a bigger impact, you're really going to get a lot out of this session. So you might be thinking, I just want to be able to be confident. I just want to actually give this a go, let alone think about mastery. So please, when I say mastery, I don't want you to think of it as perfection. Like I have to be a master, I have to be masterful. Mastery, I'm going to explain to you what it is in this video tonight when I go through the framework, and it's so far from perfection. We never really arrive at this full, being the best that we can possibly be as a speaker and presenter and never get any better. There's always layers and layers and layers of improvement that we can do. But I'm going to show you when I step you through the 7-step framework that I created, which is the presenting mastery journey, exactly what stage you'll see what stage you're in. You'll recognize yourself and you'll be able to see what to do to go to the next stage, because I've identified 7 stages over the last 10 plus years of presenting. I've identified that there's 7 main stages, and we actually need to work through all of them. And so if you come up at a stage and you think, oh, this isn't normal, hopefully you're going to see, actually, that's really normal. And there's some things that I can do to move to the next level. So whether you've never presented before, or if you've done hundreds of presentations, there's always a next level for you. So I'd really invite you to be thinking as you're watching this, okay, where am I at in the stage, but also where do I want to be in the next 30 days, the next 3 months, next 12 months? Because maybe you've been doing some pre-recorded videos, because everything where you're showing up on video is a presentation. So by presentation, I don't mean necessarily standing on stage or doing a Toastmasters speech or anything like that. Presentation is anytime you show up on video. Like right now, I'm doing a presentation. So you might have done some videos before. In fact, I'd love it right now if you pop in the chat box a yes if you've given a presentation before. Have you given any type of presentation to a group of people? That's my definition of a presentation, is sharing to a group of people. So most of you watching probably have. So pop in the comments yes if you have given a presentation, and maybe you think, maybe start to think about, what is my next level? Maybe you've done it pre-recorded videos, but you haven't done live videos. Maybe you've been doing live videos for a while, but you've never actually done a masterclass where you invite people into, let's say, a 60-minute or a 90-minute or 2-hour Zoom presentation where you invite people in and you share some really great content with them. Maybe you've done a 1 hour and your next level is a half-day event or a full-day event or a weekend event or a 3-day conference or a summit. There's always layers and layers and layers, like levels that we can go to. So by the way, welcome. Those of you who are here live, please pop a hashtag live. Please pop a hashtag live in the comments right now. Welcome everybody who's here. So we've got a few of you that have done some live online presentations. So be thinking, what is your next level? Maybe you've done a couple of webinars or workshops online and you're thinking, I actually want to do it every single month, or I want to do it every quarter, for example. So there's always that next level. So I'm going to talk you through some stages, because when I transitioned from working one-on-one with clients to working one-to-many, it's a completely different business model. So I added in the one-to-many model. I was doing 8 years of one-on-one before that. I realized that there was a lot of fears in me that didn't come to the surface until I started presenting to groups. And so I recognize that a lot of you have some fears that could be unconscious. And it's not until we make a decision to go the next level that we actually realize, oh, there's some stuff there. Like for me, I was really afraid that I'd stuff up my words. I was afraid that the tech would somehow stuff up, or that I'd stuff it up, and that I would embarrass myself. And so all of these fears came to the surface, and I didn't realize at the time, but it's actually completely natural. And when you think that it's not normal, then we can shut it down. We can actually shut down the idea because we think, oh, I'm not meant to have that fear, so therefore I shouldn't be doing it. When actually like for me, I realized that in order to have the impact that I want to have on this planet, to reach the amount of people that I want to reach, I had to get over the fear. I had to. And I knew that I had to figure out a way to, like, the most effective ways to still provide lots of value, because I knew that I was providing a lot of value one-on-one, but I was concerned that I wasn't going to provide enough value in a group. So I knew that I wanted to be able to still provide massive value. I wanted to make sure it was a really safe and supportive and quality community that I was sharing into, and there was a lot of engagement and connection. That was really important to me. And I also wanted to still be able to get people great results. So I was getting great results one-on-one, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it in a group environment. And so all of these fears come up, and then over the years, I've started to craft kind of the framework to show people the journey that we move through from right at the beginning, where we haven't even considered presenting, all the way through to mastery, which is what I'm going to share with you tonight. So if you haven't already, grab a pen and notebook, and also please make comments as we go. I really appreciate your interaction in the comments. And those of you who show up regularly, I want to just thank you for being here. You are my people. I appreciate you. And so it's really nice to have that interaction. Also shows more people this video. So you will know at the end of this how you can progress to the next level. And when you develop the skills to progress to the next level, you can really use them to grow your business, to become more profitable and make a bigger difference in people's lives while you talk about what you love. Like, just give me a yes in the comments right now if you want to make more profit, help more people, and talk about what you love. Like, who wants that? Give me a yes if you want that. It's the coolest thing. Hi, Helen. Great to have you here. Hi, Butter. Hi, Trish. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Donna. So great to have you all here tonight. So if you'd like to talk about what you love, make a bigger impact, you're in the right place. And so over the last 6 years of helping people specifically with presentations, helping business owners with their presentations, I've discovered there are a lot of fears, but there are 3 main fears that pop up for people when it comes to presenting. The first fear, or the first problem, is waiting for the right time. Waiting for the right time. And this happens so often where people say, oh, I really want to run events, but I'm just going to wait until I've built my website, or I'm just going to wait until my kids go to school, or I'm just going to wait till I get through this busy period, or I don't know, I'm just going to wait till I have more free time, or I feel ready. And the truth is, there's never a right time. In fact, if you look back at the last season or journey that you've just, that you've been on, whether it's the last few years, it's probably never a time where you've just got nothing going on. If we think realistically, we always have things going on. And so we kind of can't wait till we feel ready or wait till the perfect time, because it's probably not going to happen. Sometimes we just need to decide to do it anyway. The second thing people often say is that they're waiting until they feel good enough, effectively. And this manifests in all different ways. They might not say, oh, I'm going to wait till I feel good enough, but it will show up in ways like, oh, I need to do another course, or I need to kind of learn a bit more about technology, or a bit more about my subject, or just kind of this putting it off, procrastinating on your next level. Because when we push up against the next level, we've got our comfort zone, and then as soon as we get right to that edge, that's where all the fears come up and all the limiting beliefs start coming to the surface. And when you really break it down, often it's just that not feeling good enough. And then the third problem, and I see this all the time, I hear this all the time, is that people are waiting till they've got a bigger audience. And this shows up as fear that people aren't going to show up, fear that no one's going to come, or that 2 people are going to come. And this is wanting to avoid embarrassment, wanting to avoid public shame. And I get it, because I feel like this all the time. I still feel like this. What if no one comes? What if no one comes? Because despite our best efforts, there's just always that risk. But I've got simple, powerful strategies that I use, that I teach my clients, and I'm actually sharing them in a masterclass tomorrow called Client Attraction Mastery. For those of you who haven't already registered, just drop me a DM with the word invite and I'll send you your invite. It's a free event. It's basically talking about the presenting mastery journey, but also client attraction funnels and compelling content. So it's the whole pipeline, the system that I use to grow my business to 6 figures in 12 months. It's the exact same system that I teach my clients. So I'm sharing the client attraction formula in that. If you want to come to that, actually just drop the word invite in the comments right now and I'll make sure that I get that invite to you. Just put invite in the comments or DM me the word invite. So what we're going to be doing in the masterclass is actually going through a process to identify your biggest fear and your biggest limiting belief that's attached to that, because with the fear comes a belief. There's always a belief driving it. And we actually identify, a lot of people don't actually realize it's quite unconscious, and there's a whole process I take you through called the belief busting process, which is a series of super powerful questions that bring it to the surface and then we eradicate it. And a lot of people said it was their favorite part, because one lady was like, I said, do you feel like that's maybe gone? And she's like, it's eradicated, it's obliterated. And so sometimes the fear, we've got to face into it and we've got to acknowledge it and realize this is going to hold me back. If I don't do something about this, this is going to keep me small and stuck. So we actually look at the consequences if we don't change. So that's tomorrow. But for now, I just want you to have a think. What is my biggest fear that's stopping me going to that next level? So first, identify the next level that yours is. So I mentioned some examples. Think about what your next level is and think about what is actually stopping you from doing it. So you might think, oh, I don't know enough. I don't have enough followers on social media. I'm scared of public speaking. I'm not good with tech. I'm an introvert. What if no one comes? Like all these things that start to come to the surface. I had all of them as well. And realizing they really sit under 4 categories. The first one is fear of loss. So fear of loss of security, fear of loss of control, feeling like I don't know what people are going to say. The second fear is fear of failure. And we really need to define what we mean by failure, because doing an event and in itself is a win. Like it is success. So really defining what you mean by failure, and are you happy to let that fear stop you and keep you small and safe? Fear of rejection. So fear of someone not coming, someone not buying your program, or really when we define it, sometimes it can actually feel a bit silly, like, oh, what am I so afraid of again? We bring it out from the dark to the surface. And then the fourth one is fear of criticism. So these things can really hold people bound and captive to their fears and rob us. So we're going to go through a whole process for that tomorrow, but I want to step you through the 7 stages now. I'm just going to give it to you high level. Tomorrow we're going to dive deep into it. So the first stage is considering. And so some of you haven't even considered it. You're like, oh, it's never really been a thing. Like I get a lot of clients through word of mouth or referrals. So it's just not really a consideration. But once you move to consideration, then the fears reveal themselves. Because if you're just considering it, you stay stuck. So you're considering it, but you're not taking any action. We just stay stuck. Nothing changes. We don't move forward. We're just considering. But once we actually decide, right, I'm going to do it, that's when the fear comes up, and the focus, the next stage is self-focus. And we all need to move through this stage. We actually can't move to mastery until we move through this stage, because what happens is, because our brain throws out these fears to try and keep us safe, we become very self-focused. We become focused on what people think of us. It's like we've got the spotlight on ourselves. We're making it all about ourselves, and we get stuck in fear. So that's the second stage. The result of the self-focus is fear. When we move through that, we actually make a decision, right, I'm going to go to the next level. I'm going to book it. I'm going to choose a date. If you want to know what your fear or your biggest limiting belief is, book the date and listen. Just listen to what your brain does, and it will reveal itself. As soon as we make decisions, that's when the fear, the limiting belief reveals itself. Does anyone relate to this? Has anyone had this happen in other areas of your life? You're like, right, I'm booking the date, and then all the stuff comes up, right? So that's why I just keep booking events, keep booking events, keep booking events, because then you just, right, it's in the diary, I'm going to do it. Then they will reveal themselves, then you start working through it. And this third stage is where what I call winging it. Winging it is stage 3. So we just give it a crack. Like, right, I'm doing it, I'm giving it a crack. But when we just wing it, we don't have a formula, we don't know how to structure the talk, we don't know how to get engagement, we don't know how to deliver effectively, we don't know how to keep people engaged, we don't know how to teach in a format that really engages and moves people to take action. When we just wing it, we often have a lot of uncertainty. That's the result, is the uncertainty. So just to recap those first 3 stages, we go considering it leads to stuckness. We move through, we decide that we're going to do it, and then the focus is self-focus, and that leads to fear. But then we decide, I'm going to do it, and we wing it, but we have a lot of uncertainty, a lot of nervousness, a lot of like, oh my gosh, I'm just like out on the water without a paddle, I'm just like sink or swim, and we get through it. So that's almost like there's a line there. Once we have a formula, once we have a structure, once we start to actually move into really putting together a solid presentation that's going to work, it's almost like there's a line there and everything changes. Stage 4 is organization. We get really organized, we organize our knowledge, we present it in a way that's very digestible, in a way that engages people, and in a way that provides a lot of value and builds a lot of desire in our audience. Once we get to that stage, the result of that is credibility. We actually come across as credible. So when you've got the formula, when you understand it, and I share this with you, going more into detail tomorrow, but once you feel solid and organized, then you come across with credibility. Then we move into the next stage, stage 5. And stage 5 is polishing. We start to polish it up, and this comes from practice. You can't just do one presentation and think, oh, I'm just going to practice it on my own in my private house and become really polished. It's actually by practicing publicly that we get really good at presenting, because we get real-time feedback, we get to feel it out with people. So there has to be, from a mindset point of view, a willingness to be publicly out there before we've got it perfect. And this is what freaks a lot of people out. And it freaked me out as well. It's like, can't I just rehearse in the privacy of my lounge room? It's like, actually, I've just got to keep turning up and be willing to keep turning up imperfectly, be myself, and trust that the right people are going to be attracted. So we start to polish it up, and that leads to a lot of confidence. Then we start to get confidence. We actually enjoy the presentation. Some people say, oh, I loved my first presentation. Some people it takes, 2 or 3. Some people it takes a lot. Some people say, I still don't enjoy it, but we want to get to that point of confidence, because then we will enjoy it. Your audience enjoys it even more, and we can move to that next stage, which is super important. The next stage, stage 6, is connection. And this is where we can really connect with our audience, because we're relaxed, we trust our content, we trust that we've organized our knowledge, we've got really great PowerPoints, we've got really well organized train of thought, we've got a great format where we're talking about why it's important, we're explaining what it is, talking about how it works, we're talking about lateral thinking questions that people might have, we're starting to address different learning styles. And then we can really connect with our audience rather than feeling like it's this big scary performance where we're in the limelight. And we can actually have a lot more fun and really connect and engage with people. And the result of that is engagement. Stage 7 is mastery. And mastery is when we convert. So the result of mastery is conversion. That's how we know that it's working. As soon as you start getting conversion, it's like you've hit this point of mastery, and then mastery just goes on and on and on and on for the rest of your life. You just master and master and master and master, and you get more and more and more conversion. By conversion, I mean people take action on the call to action that you give at the end of that presentation. So it might be inviting them into a strategy session. It might be inviting them to a VIP workshop. It might be inviting them into your coaching program or to buy your book or your membership, whatever it is that that call to action is. If you get conversions, you have started on your journey of mastery, and then we just keep going mastery, mastery, mastery for the rest of our life that we keep presenting. So this journey really starts with considering it. Just to recap, we move through to focusing on ourselves. Fear comes up, winging it, made a decision to do it. So those are kind of like before the line. Then we get organized. We organize our knowledge. We start practicing, start polishing up. Then we can actually really connect with our audience. Then we move to conversion. And that's when we say, hey, now my presentation works. It's inspired someone to take action. If a presentation doesn't inspire action, what's the point? Like literally, what's the point? We don't want to just entertain people. We want to actually get them to take a new action in their life. That's when we know that it's effective. That's when we know that there's some level of mastery. And the journey is going from thinking about ourselves, trying to look good, avoid looking bad, to making a difference. When you know how to do it, when you know how to present to groups, you can leverage your time, massively leverage your time. You can build your authority and expertise and position yourself as an authority and expert. And you can have a bigger impact because you're reaching more people. So I'm diving deep into how to do this in the Client Attraction Mastery Masterclass. Again, please just pop the word invite into the comments right now if you'd like me to send you the invite, or just DM me that, or DM me the word invite. I'll show you how to skip those levels and go straight to mastering really fast, where you're actually converting. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about converting people to take action. So if you come tomorrow, we're doing that belief busting process as well. You will feel amazing after it, because the truth is most people never work through the fear. Most people just don't. And would you agree that it's probably fear that's the biggest reason that's stopping you taking action to go to your next level of presenting? It's usually fear. So if you thought, yes, you have to come, just send me the word invite. And I'm also sharing how to grow your audience using your content. So I'm sharing how to be influential through your content and inspire people to take action. I'm showing you how to create a really simple 4-step capture funnel, and showing you how to build that out as well. Everything that you need to include, what you need to include in your funnel. I'm giving you lots of ideas and examples. So basically the whole system that I use to grow my audience and to sell out my programs and create a 6-figure business as a coach. So thanks for tuning in. I will see some of you in the masterclass. Otherwise, until we meet again, keep shining, keep sharing, and take care. And I'll see you again next week. Bye for now, friends.